Yes, people. Now, can there be a two-state solution in the Israel-Palestine dispute? Now, since the conflict began in the year 1948, the only practicable, viable, and a more long-term solution was to divide the land of Palestine into two sovereign states, one for the Jews, Israel, and the other for the Arab Muslims of the region, the state of Palestine. Now, I'll discuss this topic in 5 questions. So, through 5 questions, we'll understand whether there will be a two-state solution after all. Question number 1. Who accepted this plan? So, initially, the Jews accepted partition plan of the UN and the two-state solution, while the Arabs rejected it. All Arab states went to war with Israel to annihilate the Jewish state. They went to war thrice when Israel was born in the year 1948, then 1967, the Six-Day War, and 1973, the Yom Kippur War. Now, question number 2. Today, who all prefer a two-state solution? Today, the peaceful section of the Palestinians, led by the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, the West, India, and many other outside powers support this two-state solution. But the Israeli mainstream position has seen a reversal. It is not open to the idea of two sovereign states in the same land. Remember, Israeli politics is dominated by the right wing today. Now, question number 3. Who all are the stakeholders in the conflict? Now, at first glance, seen from afar, there seems to be many stakeholders to this never-ending, ceaseless conflict, such as the Palestinian people, Hamas, PLO, jihadis, Israeli voters, their government, partners of Israel, partners of Palestine, supporters in the region and outside the region, such as US, India, even China. But from a moral standpoint, however, only two stakeholders matter: the Palestinian people and the Israeli citizens. But, realistically speaking, the most important stakeholder has always been the Israeli public. Now, that brings us to question number 4. Why the Israeli public is the most important stakeholder? You see, Israel is not only a democracy, a full-fledged liberal democracy, but also the much more powerful state in the conflict. Therefore, without the citizens of Israel approving, no two-state solution is possible. And any authority of the Israeli state has to seek the mandate and the blessing of the Israeli public. Now, this brings us to question number 5. In the wake of the devastating attack by Hamas, what will the Israeli public think? So, if a weak Gaza, which is like an open prison, entirely dependent on humanitarian and military aid, if a weak Gaza, led by Hamas, a militant outfit, can traumatize the Israeli public, now what can a full-fledged sovereign Palestinian state do to Israel? You see, Hamas officially does not accept Israel's right to exist in any form. It even attacked its southern borders of Israel, because southern borders, as it is now, will remain with Israel even if any two-state solution materializes. Hamas abducted and killed innocent Israeli citizens, civilians, old women, young women, tourists. So today, Hamas is threatening to execute all of these abductees in public view, much like ISIS used to terrorize the world with their barbaric beheadings, which was streamed live, watched by billions. And the worst part is, Palestinian Authority in the West Bank has supported Hamas. Now, question number 6. Now, imagine what you will feel if you were an Israeli citizen regarding the establishment of a full-fledged Palestinian sovereign state in the southeast and the northwest, in the southwest and the northwest of Israel. Gaza and West Bank, respectively. And the possibility, think of the possibility of this new state being hijacked by a Hamas like entity. So, philosophically, empirically, psychologically, and realistically speaking, whether men are seen as passionate beings or rational beings, survival is the most important desire and motivation of both individuals as well as states. So, why would the Israeli public acquiesce to Palestinian statehood that wants a Palestinian state that wants to annihilate the Jews, thereby threatening their very survival?